I took some practices and ideas that changed my life. They made me feel more unshakable, more magnetic, more influential, and I created a specific process from them, turned it into my intellectual property, called it Unshakable Presence, and today over 15,000 people have been through that training, $30 million later. And this is the work that has me invited on some of the biggest personal development stages and business strategy stages in the world. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to create a body of work that will put you into the category of one in your industry. I'm going to walk you through the mindset shift that's necessary, the mind mapping process, how to codify it, name it, and claim it. In this episode, I'm coaching Michele at Casa Sagrada because her business is not growing. Michele loves what she does. She pours her heart and soul into her work, into her clients, but she keeps hitting a financial cap because she doesn't have the right business model. She keeps trading hours for dollars. She keeps trying to change the thing every time she does it, create something new with very little results. So we're going to fix that, and in the meanwhile, we're going to fix maybe your issue and how you hit your financial cap.
I am Michele Coombs. I'm a client acquisition alchemist, and I work with brilliant entrepreneurs, and I help them take inspired action every single day through energetic alignment and hyper-personalized brand strategy. I would like to do a lot more business without tripling my workload. It's not possible. It would be exhausting, and I'm just at a point where I want so much more. I want to do more, I want to make more, I want to help more people, and I cannot scale with what I've got going on right now.
Hello, Michele. So good to see you.
Me too. I'm so happy to be here.
2 words. Next level.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, so we're going to go for the coaching session. Let's come this way. So I want to start with why you think that you can't 3 times, 4 times, 10x the business the way that you're going.
My experience at trying to do that has already failed once because it just became too much. I was on all the time. I was trying to sell to people at the grocery store, proverbially speaking, but sometimes literally. It was just me and my face, mostly in person. You know, sometimes a workshop, sometimes speaking to networking groups, but it was all very time consuming and very energy intensive. So every workshop gets a new name, and it needs a new time, and then it needs a location, and then I have to get people in, and there's
they're your workshops where you're filling the room.
Yes.
Got it.
Sometimes I would be speaking to other people's groups, but again, I would feel like I needed to make a new speech.
Okay.
For every time, because
why was that? Versus create just a flywheel, one speech, one message, over and over and over and over again.
It sounds so great when you put it like that.
It is great like that. I've been doing the same speech for 15 years.
I know. I've been listening to it for 10.
You're like, can you do another one, RJ?
But it's wonderful, and I never get tired of it, but that would be the, maybe. So,
yeah, why?
So what is it?
What is it about not doing the same speech, the same workshop, the same thing?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
I want to start here because it's the spiritual and successful part, right? We're working on both today.
Yeah.
What's going on internally that doesn't allow this new business model that needs to happen, obviously? And the successful part around the strategy for it to 3 times or 4 times. So yeah, I'd love to just like, what when you just feel into your body, into your intuition, what stops me from creating one badass speech that's just the same thing and it gets better and better each time, same topic?
I can feel it immediately. and very strongly. There's
Pointing here.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of my chest, and it's wrapped up in a concept of either not good enough or a fear of mediocrity, that if I do the same thing over and over, somehow that's cheating, maybe, or that's not good enough, or that's not creative enough, or, oh, but that's the speech I wrote last week and I've learned this thing since last week.
Okay.
And now I need to put in the new thing, or I have a new idea,
Yeah.
or this is a different audience. Maybe I need to tailor it to them because I might miss someone.
Got it.
It's this constant need to pour more.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never thought of it that way before, but that's like I'm
Like
not allowed to let it be done.
It's not enough to just do the simple thing that I always do.
No.
I think that's pretty common too for business owners or speakers or leaders, or in some way. I've got to keep bringing more. And do you feel like that's part of the energy that happens when you go networking or social media? Like there's this energy of I've got to give more of me. I got to give more of me.
Yes.
So it happens even online?
Even online. And in the beginning, the way my life was 3 or 4 years ago, I had the energy for that. And it's not that I have less energy, no, not at all. But I want to use it differently, because splattering my energy on strangers is not effective ROI for my time.
Right. And you need to scale. You need to scale.
And I
you
need
need to keep
scale.
growing the amount of people that are coming in. And
Yes.
so you do not have time to be doing the new things.
No.
What I see in I think all businesses need this if they're going to scale, is the front door, right? The one speech or the one workshop or the one newsletter or the one whatever that is, and it stays the same with maybe new themes, maybe some little piece put in that feels very right to them, but behind the door, you can start bringing more things in that are new and different. But if you're doing that on the front end, you can't dial into, is this working? Is this not working? Is this repeatable? Is this not repeatable?
That's one of the things that I struggle with, is something works, but I don't know why. So I don't know what to do again. I don't know what to put what worked from this workshop into the next workshop. So it really is feeling so much like I'm starting over every time, because I don't know what to keep from iteration to iteration.
You don't know what to keep.
This one worked, that one didn't.
Correct.
But it's a guess on which one of those things was what.
The fundamentals of marketing is to do something and be able to track it. So we've got a big challenge there. Are you open to stopping all of that craziness as far as the front door and dialing in one speech?
I am. And I say that like with all this reticence, but yes, like 90% of me is saying yes, for the love of God, make this easier.
What is the biggest fear if you only do one message, one speech?
What if somebody hears me twice? Oh my gosh, she's so uncreative. I can't. I heard that last week.
Okay.
Oh my God, she tells that story every time.
So judgment from others.
Yes. Yes.
So just take a breath at the moment, because I can relate to that. I can totally relate to that. Judgment of others. That I'm going to be saying the same thing. They'll be like, oh my gosh. Do you want to have that one or two people in the back who have heard you before go, wow, how fresh and new? Or do you want to have the wealth that you need?
Well then, when you put it like that.
It's the choice.
Yes. I want the wealth. I'm ready for that. I've worked for that.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah. I think I did, you're making me look back at the days when I had the same thing. Like, I didn't want to be that, oh, she's not unique and she's not doing something different and she's just doing the same thing.
That's so boring.
And I actually had someone, I remember being in the Netherlands and someone saying to me, I just don't know how you keep doing this, Rachael-Jayne, with just the same kind of thing. And it was like the face they had, and they are a little bit more judgmental over in that area of the, no, we love our Dutch friends, but it was like, it was that, and I kind of felt that hit. But as I saw what came from one getting better and better and better and better, and if that person, I can't even remember who it was, but came and saw me today, they'd be like, she's doing the same thing.
She's still doing it.
I would be like, hello, yes I am, and look where it takes you. So think of it that way. I've got a choice. Make that one or two people happy because I've done something fresh, or be rich.
Okay.
Have plenty of money for your bills.
Very
and
easy.
more. It's like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So it's a little bit like, I'm not creative. I'm a bit boring or what have you. But we can add things behind the door to that. We can.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if I went to your website right now.
Yes.
Or I heard you in networking tomorrow, what's the message you're leading with?
The message that I'm currently leading with, because of course it shifts every couple is that it upsets me. Like, it actually makes me viscerally upset that brilliant people, healers, entrepreneurs, it's not an industry, it's the passion that people bring to it, that they are not being seen, that they're not being heard, that they get to their keyboard and freeze, and the world is not hearing about what they have to offer. It makes me mad.
Okay.
It makes me mad.
So that's on your homepage?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not anywhere near it.
Do you say it in the networking?
Usually I will say it in the networking, but no.
Okay. Can you think back to the time where your marketing message was landing the most? Did you have a time where it was like people were just responding to you so much?
Yes.
Do you remember what you said at that point when people were like, yes, 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 I need to work with you?
Yes. So my main message more recently has been around branding, the messaging, because I love that part of the work and it's very effective. I used to have more people lean in when I talked more about the human design and when I talked about decision-making strategies and focus. That is actually, because I can talk about marketing and I can help people focus their marketing message so they're not reinventing the wheel every day, which is ironic. And they go, I need that. Yes. I need you to help me with that.
Yes.
And that really, that landed with people very consistently.
Okay. And why did you change it?
That's a really good question. Why did I change it? It seemed narrow. Okay, here's why I changed it. Because in the beginning, I didn't have so many ideas. I was doing one thing and I was just doing the one thing and it was very easy. And I don't know if eventually I got bored or I felt like it wasn't sophisticated enough or I just tried new things and I never went back.
Or maybe it wasn't bringing you the 3 times, 4 times, 10x return.
It was not. It was very consistent and predictable, but it was not going to grow from there.
But it was working to a certain point because you weren't around a ton of people. It wasn't like you were speaking every week somewhere to a new group.
No.
But it was working in the times. And I think this is really important because sometimes when something doesn't scale, people think it's a marketing problem when it's not. Or they might think it's a messaging problem when it's not. Or they might think it's a sales closing problem when it's not.
Okay.
They might think it's a business model problem, but it's not. There's so many locks that have to be unlocked for a business to work, as you know, right? And sometimes, I think you've mistaken that there is a marketing problem. And there is more of a business model problem. So when the business model wasn't changing and you were using the same message, but you just weren't around enough people to really see it grow because, like you said, there's only so much you can do running around networking and trying to fill your own workshops with that.
That makes sense.
So if that's the case, we're gonna put this puzzle piece together today.
Okay.
Is I want to see what that model. Well, I think I already know. So we're going to just lay it out for you because we've had a few conversations about this. But I love the idea of it's human design. You said people lean in for that.
They love that, yes.
Decision making in business is very much about personal brand.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is.
Why do you think it is?
Well, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel every day. When the message is solid, when the brand is complete and it feels good, you know what colors to put in your Facebook event banner. What do? You say the same thing every time.
Yes.
Which is what I help my clients do really well.
Same main program, same main offerings.
The bullet points are the same when you send in a speaker one sheet. So many decisions, you only have to make them once.
Well, and then once all of that's set, there's still going to be decisions forever and ever and ever about which speaking gig you take, which podcast you're on, which team member you're going to hire, because all of that is about personal brand as well. Personal brand is who you are paired with, who people see you together with, what box are they putting you in?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Branding is not, you already know this, but it's not the colors and the logos and the naming conventions and all of that. It's more, who do I associate Michele with? So if I see Michele doing things that newbies do, and being on podcasts with newbies and networking with people who kind of are newbies and don't know what they're doing, I'm going to assume that you're a newbie.
That I'm in
no
that
matter how
crowd.
great your website looks, and no matter how brilliant your colors, and no matter how much your human design is built in. It's part of that. So we need to break out of that, because you're not a newbie.
No.
But then sometimes people get very, they're doing services. The business model's about doing services, and I think this is where you're at. It's like, I do this service, I've got this program, I can help you with the brand, and I'm Michele Coombs, and I help you with your brilliance and all this. And so you're doing the stuff.
Yes.
You're doing the service.
Doing the stuff.
And so then people are going to see your brand as the person who does the stuff. And I can go here, I can go to this human design person, that human design person, that human design, apparently a lot of human design people now. I can go to so many branding experts because they're all just doing the stuff in slightly a different way. So we don't want you branded like that. We need to have you, or anyone that's trying to get out of this hamster wheel world, to be the category of one, truly. What is not selling hours for dollars, which you're kind of in.
Still.
Yeah.
I default to that as soon as I hit a cash crunch. I default to that model.
Right.
Because it is reliable. It's not big, but it's
And that's fine.
reliable.
That's fine. I still do too, right? If we're in a cash crunch, it's like, okay, what can I do?
Yes.
But it doesn't stop the move to the next phase. I think you're stopping moving. You're going back, going, here's the hours to dollars.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm stopping myself from actually putting into place. I'm just kind of reverting.
Yes. And it happens. And I do, you just said revert, and my stomach went, because I do. Every time I have to do that, I revert back to that level instead of keeping whatever progress I've made.
So over the next few weeks and months, because you've got bills to pay and they're going up, right?
Yep.
Just if you have to be like, okay, I'm going to take this private client or this thing for, just go, I'm going to do this because I'm going to pay my rent this year. I mean, this month.
Yes.
But I'm not reverting. I'm doing this now, as I am building the intellectual property and your processes that you are the only person that gives that transformation. You are the only person. When you go there and you brand there and you are that category of one with intellectual property that is not human design only, it's whatever else, Now you've got something to truly build where you can then pull out of. You don't have to be doing the hours all of the time.
Okay.
I'll give you a few examples.
Please. My brain is like, I was with you, and then I felt like a little overwhelmed coming in all of a sudden.
So we've got newbies. No. The service provider who's doing okay.
Yes.
And the brand of they are the one in this category. They are at the top of the tree in this category.
I love the sound of that.
It's scary,
I have no idea what it means, but I kind of want it.
Yeah, so
Yes.
so I'll give you an example, and you've been around me to see the progression, but you didn't actually really see the progression before the takeoff in a way. Like, you know, we've been doing this for a while, but newbie was my time in Ashland, starving coach, starving artist. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how to get a few clients.
Yeah.
And, not knowing what I'm doing and charging hardly anything, and wasn't even networking. And then I realized, okay, I've got to create higher end programs and products or coaching packages. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put my $2,000 coaching package together. I'm going to do my weekend workshop, and I'm just going to kind of rinse and repeat. I'm going to do my workshop, and I'm going to do what I call the Feminine Spirituality and Leadership Program. People could do it for 4 months. They would coach with me, and then they were done. And that was me being in the, I'm serving people with coaching.
Yes.
I'm serving people with a weekend workshop, and they were amazing, right? People would repeat all that. But you see how that's not putting me in the category of I'm the one who is about presence, art of feminine presence in the beginning. Now with the men, unshakable presence. But you know the story of going from I'm a coach coaching women in feminine energy and leadership to I'm the creator of art of feminine presence. Now having 15,000 women go through that training. You can't get that training, even probably close to the energy of that work, anywhere else on the planet.
No, you can't. You can't.
You've been through it. You've been through
I know. Yes, that is true.
So the question is, are you willing to line up yourself mentally, emotionally, creatively, spiritually, focus-wise, to make that shift into intellectual property that has you stand out with this community of human design? This is how you do it. This is... and go, I'm jumping out of that pond, and I'm jumping out of only the personal branding pond and creating something that is only you.
I can do that.
Great.
I can do that. I don't know how, but I can feel it.
Okay.
I can.
So let's dive into how you would put intellectual property together that would become a signature branded system.
Okay.
Right? Because once you have a signature branded system, which you've already started dialing, but you haven't raised the flag going, this is it. Registered trademark.
Yes.
This is it. This is why it's different. So it's already coming, and people watching, you know, this, like, you're going to know I've got intellectual property too, but how do I put it together in a way? And I actually want to share something that I'm realizing in the last few months that I did wrong in putting my intellectual property together, and why it probably didn't take off as much as, you know, it could have. And I'm making those changes now. So hold on for that in just a moment.
I want to hear that story.
If you think about the intellectual property and going back to this very focused one thing that you can get a flywheel around, you'll have some kind of diagnostic session, you know, assessment or what have you around this work and decision making and branding. And then that can lead them into the first, you know, introduction around your work. For us, it was a 3-day event experience, or it could be a 8-week kickstart cohort or something, but it's the same every time. They're coming in from that diagnostic, they're going into this, and then going into probably your higher level, you know, brand, but it's all still the same thing, right? They're coming into that.
I understand.
And then when we've got that same thing, we can do that on the marketing side. Now we're going to have a speech that lines them up with that brand, that IP, intellectual property. Your evergreen webinar or a masterclass or whatever you end up doing online, it's the same thing. We're going to rinse and repeat. So I think this is going to be part of your challenge. I'm going to give you a little. Did you know there was going to be a challenge as part of this?
I mean, it's all challenge, but you mean like an actual challenge?
I'm going to give you a challenge that will be about you writing out your intellectual property in the next 14 days. It's going to be done in 14 days because you already have a lot of it that you've been doing, but you haven't formulated it in a way that it could be trademarked.
So you mean like just pulling all the pieces, like the work that I do and just pulling the pieces of it together into something that's more coherent?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you think of intellectual property within coaching and workshops and speaking and group programs, is that how you would deliver this in those kinds of ways? Then we're looking at how do you create something that is so repeatable that I want you to imagine if you gave your binder, for example, when you write all this out, you gave it to another human design person, they could do it. They could teach it, right? Okay. So that means you can't just go, well, you use kind of human design and I'm just the secret sauce, so good luck.
But I am the secret sauce, Rachael-Jayne. I don't know how you knew that, but yes, that is...
But can you see you are the secret sauce?
Yes.
And you're not the secret sauce. Can you see that both of those are true? Man, oh man.
I am struggling right now.
You are, I know.
I know you're right.
I'm
like, just fine. Like, no, I'm the secret sauce. Nobody can do it like I can.
Am I the secret sauce to my work? You've been around us. Am I the secret sauce?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you see that I'm not the secret sauce?
And I teach your work, so I know that it's repeatable by another person. Yes.
And do people say it's amazing? And oh my gosh, how did my meditation go so deep? And how did my this go so blah, blah?
Yes.
And I'm not in the room.
Okay. That makes sense.
So I am the secret sauce and I'm not the secret sauce. I want you to get those two things because you're caught where I was caught. Actually, up until pretty recent, because I would still overgive my time. I would still be like, but they're coming to see me. Right? And yes, they are, but you can keep that part. I'm still going to do workshops and
you still
trainings.
do events and you still show up and speak and do all the
But I'm
things.
not going networking and I'm not going like, hey, I want my, like I've got to pull out into this. No, I'm the one in the world who does this. So that way, when you own your secret sauce, which you do, you can start putting it into a binder. I'm going to use that word very loosely, into a document that someone else who understands human design, because it sounds like they would need to understand human design, or would you be able to give it to me and I could do it?
I mean, it would take a little training, but not a lot. I could teach someone
you could
to do
teach me
it.
human. You could
I
teach
could
me that
teach you
piece.
enough human design to do that.
So here's what at the end of 14 days, you're going to hand me a document that would only take me a few weeks of hard study with you, and I could teach it.
Oof. Okay.
And it can't be just general human design. It's your thing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So how do you start doing that? Writing, I mean, this is why I'm a writer, and I know you've got a book coming up in the works.
It's there. It's hanging out.
So I think that the book is part of this. Right? When you write, you clarify what your secret sauce is. You clarify how it's different. So a lot of writing is going to happen over the next 14 days. And you can use AI for this too, because you're clarifying what is a way to say this in a new way. What is a way that I can think about this? So you're going to write out whatever's not written out and start pulling. That'll be step one.
Okay. I have so much of that already.
Yeah. Pull it all
much.
together.
Okay.
Then I want you to start looking at everything that you have as far as pillars, modules, frameworks, naming conventions, things that only you have said that way, but putting them in ways, again, that Rachael-Jayne has got to be able to teach them that.
Yes.
Can you give me an example of one that
Yes.
you've already got?
Yes. When I talk about, human design, when I talk about the language, it's very specific, but it's very artful. It is, there's a lot of terms of art. So
In the human design community of teachers, they're all doing?
in human design itself.
Okay.
So you can see the same word used with a different definition in two different places. The same word.
Okay.
Yes. So I will, I'll quote from The Princess Bride. It doesn't mean what you think it means. And I always get a good laugh from that one. But it's exactly what it is.
Apparently I haven't watched that movie enough.
You should watch The Princess Bride so many times. But I have those little one-liners. I'm already repeating myself and I didn't even realize it. I do have one-liners that I use with almost every new client that comes through, and they get it and they understand and it makes sense. Like, I can simplify it really quickly. It's one of the things that I'm good at in that system.
In language.
In language, yes, specifically in the words.
Okay, so I want to give a distinction here. So in my work, it would be saying, is your light globe on? Are you home? Is that what you mean? Like, there's certain language that you repeat?
Just little word patterns.
Okay, so keep doing that, because they would be what I call the Micheleisms.
Yes.
They are not your intellectual property.
Okay, this is something different.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I move from are you home, is your light globe on, presence precedes strategies, the RJ-isms.
Got it.
I'm now moving into intellectual property, where I have a specific dark shadow practice that is done with dyads and these particular shadows chosen, and it's being done in a way that Rachael-Jayne does.
Got it.
That's
That's
framework.
what you're talking about.
Yes. So you're going to want to take language and go, what is the first thing that you do with me if we're trying to find the brand that we're making decisions on? Do you have the first step that you do with me, or do you kind of choose depending on who the person is?
No, the first step is always human design chart.
Okay.
Always. That is first.
Okay, but you can't copyright, you can't trademark the human design chart.
You cannot.
Right? So you've got to be thinking around that. There can be something that you do, like I will do the Enneagram in our Awakened Wealth, but I can't trademark the Enneagram.
Right.
However, what came through a few years ago was how spiritual seekers fall into a trap with their Enneagram type, and their ego hijacks their spiritual essence. I don't know if you've heard me talk about that in the Enneagram. That whenever I say that to Enneagram lovers, they're like, I have not heard that anywhere. That is an important piece that you're bringing to the work. That's my intellectual property.
I actually hear that a lot from people. I've never heard it explained that way before.
Correct. So you need to then formulate that.
Okay.
And make it a framework, make it a practice, not just, again, something you end up saying.
Okay.
Because you kind of been flying by the seat of your pants because you've been doing it well. And that's where we always need to start. But you can't be flying by the seat of your pants anymore.
Yes.
And it's
I agree, and I don't want to.
Yes,
I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah.
So we look at the practices, look at the frameworks.
Okay.
And one other example that I want to give that might help as you lay this all out is, yes, what can I not do because others do it like that? And what's really yours, or the way that you do it. But there is a practice in the Unshakable Presence work called body apology. Do you remember that? Where someone gets up.
I do.
And they'll speak, and then they have to scan their body to see where their body apologizes for their power. And the teacher then is helping them scan the body as well and seeing where they apologize. And then they've got to come up with a practice, the person has got to come up with the practice that is the opposite to that to shift them out of their body apology. So I would give that practice like a B- for intellectual property together. I thought it was an A+ years ago, but the reason why is because it still relies on my secret source to be able to see energy. I see energy, I see the body, I see the thing. But what if there's a teacher or a person who's trying to do it themselves and they don't have that a level of self-awareness? And what happens if they don't know the opposite way to get out of that? They're still relying on me.
Yes.
And we don't want them to rely on you. Needs to rely on the process and the program, so you can have your person who's doing some as you scale. So what I thought, if I had my time, and I am, I'm redoing a lot of the work that I've been teaching. It's still the same energy, but in a better intellectual property, which will make the content more valuable than it ever was. I would go, okay, let's, in the process, in the framework, there's 5 main body apologies. And we're going to check them. Is it the head? Is it the contraction of the energetic wings? Is it the thing? Is it the... I mean, I'm in the process of doing that, but you see how that would just be like...
That you can really
5.
hand off to someone else.
Yep.
Okay.
And then whichever one it was, this is the opposite.
And just
go straight there.
Got it.
Everyone would have that breakthrough.
Yes.
And then it's less about me, but in a way, I've even given more secret sauce to it, because this is the framework.
Yeah. Okay. I understand.
Any questions so far on the writing piece and pulling this together?
No, I'm already starting to put it together in my head, and I'm already like, okay, so this is what she's talking about. Nope, that's not what she. So I have to do it this way and there. So it's already. I'm starting to see it, and I think the hard part is going to be that separation, because I like being the secret sauce. I like the feeling of. I love it when someone says,
"You will be the secret sauce." But how will you be the secret sauce differently? Why will people see you more as the secret sauce than they ever have before? You might want to follow along with these steps for your own work. This is how you move into a category of one in your industry. So I've put a link in the description for a template called Create Your Intellectual Property that you can follow. So go to the description, download that, and let's keep going with Michele and how she can create her intellectual property.
There is something about being the creator of.
Absolutely.
Those are really I mean, at least to me, they're very, since I'm creator of, I'm like, ooh, what did you create?
Exactly.
It's a credibility marker, I think.
It's a huge credibility marker. It's the only way that you move out of I am the service provider to the I am the inspirational piece of this body of work and company that you can't get anywhere else.
I love that.
It's the only way. So you will be seen as even more secret sauce, but you've got to reconcile that inside.
Yeah.
And you're so used to connection with people.
Yes.
Oh, like if I don't connect with them, you mentioned that to me like a week or two ago of like, I feel like if I'm not at the networking group, I'm not there, I'm not connecting, or that group goes away or I don't go, all of it's lost. Because I'm relying on my connection.
Yes.
And I can relate to that too, but I had to stop that because there's only one of me.
That's the really energetically intensive part of it.
Yes. So the other thing that I wanted to give you around when you write it is can you be with a meta framework that is either a metaphor, a series of words. It could be archetypal. It's something that brings the whole thing together. For example, with the art of feminine presence moving into unshakable presence, the metaphor is the star, right? I'm helping people become and embody their star quality and follow the North Star of their soul, right? That's really, it's like the outer presence and the inner divine breadcrumbs following that. And the 5-pointed star is what I relate to.
Got it.
And so there's 5 codes that unlock unshakable presence. The 5 points of the star: the centering code, the receptivity code, the expression code, the liberation code, and the origin code. And all of the practices that I've ever done and more fall into one of those categories. And you can imagine which ones are more in the centering code, which ones are more in the receptive code, which ones are more in the expression code.
Yes.
Liberation is really clearing, releasing, non-resistance, and origin of originality and how you're different and all of that. So, and then each of those codes has a 5-pointed star.
Oh gosh.
That unlock those 5 codes.
Okay.
So can you see how that creates kind of a framework within these frameworks?
Yes. Well, and then if something if you have a new idea, does it fit somewhere in here? And if it doesn't, maybe it's not the idea for right now.
It can be a social media post. Any new idea, put it on social media, and then, or an article, but land it back to your introduction to your work. Everything new is just lands back to the first thing that everybody should do. The same boring thing that you're going to be doing for the next 10 years. Yeah, so I mean, every day I have some new idea, but I can put that there and relate it to unshakable presence.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
So that'll be kind of the last piece. The last thing I want to just touch in on is I sense that because the human design community, you're in 2 communities. You're in the human design community and you're in the personal branding or branding community. And often when people are in things, whether it's the yoga teacher community or the women's empowerment community or the corporate consultants community or the legal community, whatever the industry you're in, I find that most people have a challenging time breaking out of it because they are fearful of what that community is going to think or say. Like, well, who do you think you are to think you're the most high and mighty person who's the creator of blah, blah?
Yes.
Do you feel that?
Yes.
Within both communities, or is it just the human design community or just the personal branding community? And I ask this because people think this, doesn't necessarily mean that's true, that they are judging, but do you feel
the fear is still there?
Yeah.
The fear is still there. And I think I do, and it's not just the community, but I fear transgressing the code of the system itself.
Yes.
I really do, and being judged by the keepers of that code.
Yes.
And it whether it's a marketing code and a branding code or a human design code, there's a system, there's something fixed about it.
Yeah.
And I love that. The fixedness creates...
Absolutely.
And...
You want more than just that code.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I have those ideas, and in very small groups or with people I love or people that are paying me, I will introduce those ideas.
Yes.
But moving that further forward into my
everyone's gonna know.
Exposure.
Everyone, just feel it in the body. Everyone in the human, imagine this, everyone in the human design community is going to know about your work of breaking out of just that code, because you're going to be well known for it. And some of them will judge you for it.
Yes. Yes, they will.
Some of them won't. Some,
It makes me sweat a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need you to be with that fear.
Okay.
Why? Why do you need to really sit over the next 14 days as you're working with the fear of judgment from the keepers?
Yeah. I can feel it right now, just in this conversation. I can feel the way that it closes down my expression. I can feel the way that it tightens all the energy between my heart and my throat. Like it just kind of locks up right here. And they're not even in the room. And I'm not even talking about it. And I can still feel how it compresses my energy and how the fear isn't letting my expression come out. And like I said, I'll do it in small groups with people who I already know love me and trust me, and I trust them. Yeah. Then I'll say these heretical things. But just willy-nilly on the internet, eek. Yeah. And I'm willing to do it. I think maybe tomorrow. I don't know about today, but maybe tomorrow. But no, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, and the squirming and the like this, it's just, I want you to stay with the squirming, because your kind of mind will just, it'll be like, it's gonna be fine, and it will dance around the fear, and you'll find ways to just not go for it. That's what we do when we dance around the fear. Some people will think, no, you just go around the fear. That's how you should. Don't go for. But you and I have had the conversations of you try to reframe the fear.
Yes.
And we want to be with it, so it just dissolves on its own. It's got so much love and so much focus and so much attention on that fear that it's just got nowhere to go, and it gives up.
Okay.
And I do want you to know, Michele, this was my biggest terrifying process in my own career of thinking that the holders, I was just sharing it with the group last week here at Casa Sagrada. I don't know if you were in the room, but you know, like someone's going to come after me and go, you took my work, right? Or you're just copying me. And one of the first few times I put myself out there were some emails, it got passed to someone, and they came after me and said, you've just taken my work in your emails. And I was horrified.
Yeah.
I was so ashamed and so embarrassed and confused. I'm like, I don't even know I've never been to your work, so I don't know what the hell you're saying. About. But I looked them up, I'm like, yeah, it's similar. It's energy work, it's presence, it's magnetism. And it did a number on me for quite some time.
I can see how it would.
And we've probably seen it with other people. So it took me many years to go, I'm going to be the one to do this intellectual property. And I don't want it to take you another few years.
I don't want it to take another few years later. If I have to squirm for 14 days, I will do that.
Yeah. In the description below, there is a document that I've created for you called Create Your Intellectual Property, and that's going to help you now go through the steps that I showed Michele and a few extra pieces that I didn't get a chance to share. So the first thing is your mindset shift. I want you to think in the way that you have to create something that you could give to someone and they would make that change. They would do that thing without you in the room. Second thing is mind mapping. Get a big piece of paper and the document that I've put in the description below, and maybe it's a big flip chart, and you're going to draw circles or maybe little note cards, post-it notes, and on each of these you're going to write something that you have, it's changed your life. It's the way that you did that thing or the way that you help other people do that thing. I want you to break it down to every single mini step that you can think. Because remember, you can't just give them half and expect them to be able to do it or change that if you're not in the room. Next thing is you want to look at themes and how all of these pieces that is part of your body of work fit together. Some of them might be about a certain area of something very logical to do. Something else might be more physical to do. Something else might be more spiritual to do. You're going to start to see that these cards or post-it notes or mind maps go in themes. Next thing, you want to look at the order. Which of these things should they be learning first? Does it make sense for them to really grasp this before they do this? In the body of work of Unshakable Presence, I'm working on the centering code first, how to get them centered in their physical and energetic body no matter what is happening. That comes before more of the advanced skills that we're teaching around Unshakable Presence. So what is your version of that? What comes first? Next piece is how to give them clear instructions. So you're going to create a binder, you're going to create a document. This is intellectual property that needs to be written down, that needs to be copyrighted, that needs to be trademarked. So as you start writing this down, it's going to take you a while to make sure that the instructions are so clear. Give them to someone that doesn't know your work and see, does it make sense? Could they do it without you in the room? Next thing, which is going to take a little bit of time for you to maybe walk around in nature, meditate, tap into your guidance of what would be the overall metaphor or overall theme that you could use for this body of work. Like you saw me mention the stars, the 5-pointed stars in Unshakable Presence. What could yours be? Once you have that overall metaphor, you're going to name modules. You're going to name the steps. You're going to use that metaphor to name processes. You want to name everything. That's not cliche. They're your names. And then you're going to want to put it in some kind of commerce because you will not be able to trademark it unless it is in the marketplace. So maybe put your binder out and put it on your website, or make the name somewhere clear that you can copyright. Maybe you put it in a book, put it in a binder, copyright that, and finally go to an attorney, go to a lawyer and figure out how you're going to trademark this body of work that is going to help you be in a category of one in your industry. So that is so much I know to digest, but I want you to know that at Spiritual and Successful, which I'll also put the link to a ticket there, we currently have discounted tickets to Spiritual and Successful, our 3-day event. On day 2, I go through a whole process of how you come into your unique genius. I call it the unique genius combo, and how you can dial into your highest value that you offer the marketplace, how you can let go of all the fear of you stepping into the bigger you in your marketplace, and to do it all with unshakable presence and unshakable inner peace. So I hope to see you at Spiritual and Successful. The link is in the description below. And if you've been watching this the whole way through, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week in Spiritual and Successful.